Alright guys, this is Brad here with Tactical Dev. We've got an update on the install video for the ripstick charging handles. So these are the updated design, got a new manufacturer, better tolerances and better time frame. So real quick, first thing we're going to do, we're going to just take a cotton swab or something and we're going to clean the sight channel. I've already removed the front sight, but it's just good practice to clean that so you're not getting grease in there. Last thing you want to do is have a slippery sight, no matter what you're putting in there. So I got a little cotton swab and got a little rubbing alcohol on it, and I'm just kind of trying to get in that crevice. Boom. Lots of dirt taken out of there. Boom. Here we go. To show you how to install this guy in that sight. So if you have an MGW Pro, whatever this sight pusher is, this is the practice you would do. You need to line it up so the handle back here, the handle will clear this post depending on which side you're installing it on, and it looks like it's going to clear there, so I'm going to tighten it down. So I'm going to take a bead of Loctite or Rockset blue preferably, and I'm going to run it sight channel here, bead up in that little triangle there. This is the underside of the charging handle, and it doesn't need a ton, and so far I've had great success with this. I've had people return. I've had two of the previous manufacturers' charging handles returned, and I went and did this, and I still have them on my slide. They're still in there. But again, this may be unnecessary for this new design, as it is a much better fit. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of just hand start that. It's gonna be a little tight, but that's a good thing. So there we are, just kind of hand tight. Go ahead and put this guy on. So one of the little tips that I've found, let's see if I can grab one, is because the charging handle will run into, the charging handle back here will run into this little white piece on the sight pusher unless you put kind of a shim. Those shims come with the sight press. So if you're less likely to roll your slide, I've rolled many a slides with other ones. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this just dialed in. The main thing we want to know, we want to make sure we do here for if you're using a sight press or you're using kind of a mallet, whatever, is you want this charging handle to go in straight. If it's crooked, the charging handle is aluminum and it will cut into the aluminum and it won't have a solid hold. So that's why I recommend the sight press, but I will show you the other method here shortly. So it's a little bit more difficult to me because the camera is lined up and I'm not. So but yeah, I push up, make sure it's getting straight. See how it kind of bumped there? Make sure it's not hitting anywhere else. And it's one of those things, just go slow. Always check your clearing on the back here of this post. Make sure that this white little bumper in the back isn't going to be pushing the charging handle. That's very common. And again, all the while, if you feel like this is too hard or the hammer method's too unreliable, I've checked pricing on sites. Most places are charging $60 a set. I do have an install service, as I can't guarantee other people and their accuracy on installing. This is a little bit different than just your standard sight. So, and then we're almost there. Just want to center up that front post. I unfortunately have the camera straight in front of it, so it's a little bit harder for me to tell. Look in the camera, but I can only see so much. So what I typically do is I eyeball it and I take it off. I take the whole sight off. Looks like it still needs to go a little bit more. just a hair more. Go hair back off is I take the set screws and try not to lose them. And I take my tool, take my Allen key again. So I'm gonna go ahead and put rock set on. Just kind of wipe it around and get it on. Put the rest of it on the other one there. So at this point, got it centered. Again, this is really weird on camera. What I do here, this is all pretty basic. I mean, you don't really need this on the video, but I just put it in, I don't even tighten it. I want to get both in there and want to evenly tighten both at the same time. So it's there, so I'm going to give it a little bit more pressure, a little bit more pressure. Don't want to do one at a time, and then it just kind of pull up that side and then pull up the other side. You want to do just a little bit at a time. So there we are. It's pretty good. Now I've got this Q-tip still. I'm going to take the dirty side. At this point. And so basically got all that cleaned up. And at this point I want to wait 24 hours for the rock set or Loctite to dry. So whatever your packaging says on yours, give it that much time to let it dry before you run it. Yeah, and that's just going to create that stronger, more contact, fill any possible voids in there, and it's going to be solid. So boom.